There's a load of deer. I'll try and get that on the camera. Just stopped at Glen Sea for a toilet stop, and the height's going to be in the kind of the Ballater area. Just going through Braemar. Deeside area, that's the River Dee. Just a stone throw away from Braemar, and we're doing a circular walk. I think we just end up back here. It's going to be about a 12-mile walk. I'm heading out towards the Loch Nagar area, and then back again. I'm not sure, something like that. It's a slight correction, so it's towards Tom and Teo we're going, in that kind of general direction, and we'll end up back here again. I'll take footage along the route. It's the Linn of Mar path that we're heading along. We're heading up to the Corbett called Culardoch. It's about 940 metres, so it's a bit misty, but if I get a view from the top, then great. If not, hoping to get a view. So. I was just heading up to Corbett and back.
Yeah, that was on the way.
Just taking off some of the layers because it does get rather warm now. It's kind of clammy, so we're continuing up this path and up to the Corbett. Corbett's about 914 metres, and Munro is over 947 metres, so it's just short of a Munro. We're just going on route. There's a good few 5 miles or so before we get to the actual Corbett. Big rucksack, all my stuff packed in there, and that's going to be a good fair weight in that. Lovely view down the Deeside, down the valley bit there, with the River Dee. You might see that meandering along. That's looking towards Braemar.
Well, there. Well, I think it's there.
Does it say we're going on?
Come to a fork in the path and we're deciding which one it is. We're just, is it that one or is it straight on? So we're going along the left one there. Be the D, won't it? Yeah. Sure it is. Lovely view.
Where's it Spey? It's not Spey, is it? No, it's the Spey. Is it the Spey? Is it the Spey?
No,
I think it's the River Dee. Yeah. Hope that mist clears before we get to the top, eh?
Yeah.
Hopefully that mist will clear. Yeah, keep fingers crossed for that. Aye. Oh yeah, that'll be the...
remember we went up that hill.
A few gates to go through, but at least they were open anyway. Don't want to be climbing them. They keep like the deer in and that. So just wait till we get to 6 foot fence to climb. Definitely was stopping for a coffee break or a cup of tea break, whatever. Just this nice wee spot. So, it's not a shelter. I mean, it gets a wee bit. It's not actually bad, but it's just to get that with the breeze a little bit. Wee sheltered spot. Cup of tea. At least we've got somewhere to sit on. At least we've got something to sit on this time. Yeah. Back on there again. So I think I can see the path there up in the distance. We'll still get to make way to maybe up to the top of that Corbett. I believe that'll be it. So it's a bit of a climb. I think it's 914 metres above sea level. 940 metres above sea level at the summit. Although I don't think we're going to get much of a view. There's a lot of low cloud unfortunately, but still we're heading up to the top anyway, so I'll get whatever there is, whatever views there, whatever little views there is, I'll get them on the camera. So it's Mount Culardoch. It's a Corbett. It's actually 900 metres and it's misted up. So Mount Culardoch. We're heading for the summit.
But you always say that. I know, you always minimise everything.
I'll just be keeping my t-shirt and that's it. I'll not wear my jersey because as soon as you start climbing up, it's not cold enough to put anything on. I'll just sweat like anything. So just keep the light top on. I believe the plan is to get up there and then I think there's a bit of a route down the other side and we're going to end up back somehow to where we started. So it's a circular route. Slight amendment to that. The Corbett is actually over that way. So it wasn't them. But we're still heading in the direction of it. And it's beyond the bow of that hill there. So we'll get the views of it when it becomes visible. That's further to the right then.
Has everybody got plenty of water? Yeah. Still got to put the bar in if you need it too.
So it's kind of further that way, the Corbett. That's other Corbetts up there anyway, but the Darach takes over there slightly. Once it becomes visible, I'll get the footage of it, and also from the top as well. So we're on the ascent, fork, and it's just decisions to decide which ones it is, which one to go on.
Stay on the stop together.
Bearing left on the left fork. So going up in this general direction, up to the Corbett, and we're coming down the other path. So there is actually snow. Even though this is May, there's still some snow there. Corbett's there, I'll show you in the map. Show my viewers
Right, so there's Culardoch, where we're going. Yeah, that's the other Corbett. That used to be Cairnlea, but this top here is called that now, and that's
that's what these are called. Because I was thinking they were the one we were going up, but at least they got the names of those for you. Yeah. So we're still in the set till to Culardoch. Still on route. So I seem to burn a lot on the server. I don't know why they do this, but I saw some of this earlier on as well. And some more further up. Right, so I finally got Culardoch in view. Not much of a view, but that's it there anyway. And the other Corbetts are on the other side of this path. So we head up this path and we're going right to the top of Culardoch. Heading back down, down that way, then join the path and back to the bus. So there you go, there's a bit of Culardoch. Some mist at the top, hopefully that mist will be cleared. Well, I doubt that very much, but like I say, I'll get what I can view wise when I get up there. You'll probably just see that white clouds. So anyway, there you go, that's Culardoch. That's where we're heading to. So the aim, as I say, is just to go right to that, up there, up to the top, head back down. I'll try and get this back in focus. Head back down that general direction. We'll pick up a path along the route, hopefully, and back to the bus where we started. 12 miles hike, approx. 11 and a half, 12 mile. I'll just say 12, sounds better. So, 12 mile hill walk. Well, we're not far from the top, we're just having a wee breather. It always looks closer than it actually is. So we're going to, I think we're having a wee break here, and probably better than a break here because up there it'll be misty, probably cold and windy. So I think this would be the best time of a break, I reckon. That'll be my vote anyway, have a break here, coffee break. It's just a view from behind where we headed up. We took up 600 metres at the moment. Nobody has started to climb up. 600 metres is well farther up at the moment. So we're actually deciding we're going to do the climb first. It's probably better to have the climbing done first before we have lunch, rather than climbing on a full stomach. Well, not a full stomach, but you know what I mean. So we'll just onwards and upwards. So there's some sort of surveillance, surveying equipment or something, or surveying I don't know what it is, to be honest. I haven't really got time to go and look, but I'm guessing it's some kind of scientific instrument for something. I'm not sure just what it is. If I had more time I'd go and have a look, but yeah, when I went over to have a closer look at that, but I don't really want to fall behind. I want to keep up with them, so I'm not really sure what that is. It's got a wind meter on it as well, direction, speed of the wind, so instruments for checking the weather, all sorts of other temperature, humidity maybe. These instruments might also measure air pressures as well, all sorts of weathers, air density and all that. So we're not far from the summit, not overly far, maybe a couple of 100 metres we'll be up there. Kind of came off the good track. We're going on to a kind of more of an off-road, more like a trail rather, for the last bit to the top. It's still not too bad actually, a track. It usually gets a lot more difficult to see the track the further you get to the top. It starts off like this and then it'll start getting harder and harder to find, and you just basically make your own way up kind of thing. There isn't really a specific track. But they're not that far now. Yeah, the nearer the top you get, the trails and tracks begin to fade out. So you know when you're at the summit, it's usually the windiest point. Like normally you see nothing because of the wind, the mist. That's usually the case. Not all the time, like, but sometimes a bit soul destroying after climbing all that, just to see hee-haw basically. But other times it's really rewarding. You know, you get nice views sometimes, 360-degree views, but that's just the nature of hill walking. Yeah, put a lot of effort in to get to the top and see bugger all basically. But you never know, I might clear up a wee bit, just might get a couple of minutes window of clear views before it mists over, you just never know. But just got to keep on getting there now. Just continue up. That's the thing about the Scottish weather, especially in the hills. You've got to strike it lucky to get the good view. You know, it can be nice down there, but up here it's just, you know, a different story. It's just it's the nature of the Scottish weather. Low cloud, interchanges a lot. See, it's just misty now. That's where you've got to have your compass, and you got to know what you're doing, like get your map, which I should do, but I don't. I just followed it. I've been with the club for years and years and years, so I've never been lost yet. But I always carry the compass anyway. You know, usual stuff, emergency whistle, because when it gets misty, you lose your directions, you lose your bearings very easily. So that's just the way it goes. You know, you get here and see next to nothing. It's all destroying, but sometimes you do get a window of clear views for a minute or two, and then it just mists over. But that's the Scottish weather. So it's just like a lottery, you know. It could be, although the weather did look a bit iffy anyway, but just got to keep it. It's good exercise anyway. At least I say I've bagged this one as well, so, you know, whatever it is to see up there, I'll get that on video for you. There might be a weekend or something, you never know. I can't remember if I've ever been up this one before with the club. You know, in the years I've been with them, I can't remember off the top of my head if I have, I don't think so. I've been in the area loads of times, but anyway, I'll reserve my energy. This is what I mean by the track. Kind of begins to become less definitive, less defined the higher up you get, and you just keep heading up until you can't go up any further, and then you know you've reached the summit. When it's in conditions like this, there is no more up when you get to the summit, so therefore you know you've reached it. And as usual, you see just mist and very, very, very limited views, very limited. So unfortunately that's how it is. And also the temperature changes. It gets really quite airy. Climbing up the hill is not so bad, but once you get there and you're not doing the climbing, your body temperature will drop. So it's time to start putting on you know, like a top or something. When you start going down the hill, or when you stop, you realise that it's not cold but just airy. It's breezy, like airy. So unfortunately there isn't an awful lot to see at the moment. Views are very limited. Maybe about, I don't know, a couple hundred metre maybe. Probably a thicker further up. Maybe even down to less, 100 metre even. That's your horizon, that's your view. Maybe even less than that. Sometimes it could be, you can't even see 40, 50 feet. I've been in weather like that on summits. And then you just go down a wee bit and then suddenly it opens up. And you can see for miles. Just how the clouds scrape the top of the mountains. It's, you know, that's how it is, and I'm afraid. And then if you do get lucky, you get rewarded with really nice views for miles and miles. But that's just all part and parcel of the nature of hill walking in Scotland anyway. And that's what I mean by the trail just simply disappearing. And it's no longer any track to see. Not even a trail. Just vanishes. That's it. Nothing. You just got to, well, your only way up, your only bearing is the way up. Just keep climbing up. Because there isn't any track now, which is usually the case. So we started off at Culardoch, heading to Caledonian Hill. We're about 850 metres, another 50 metres and we should be up there. So 6 miles from the start, and about 6 miles to get back. Culardoch is where the bus car park is, where it's the big car park area, it's part of the estate. So slowly but surely we're just about there. So we're at the top. There's the trig point. You can probably hear how breezy it is now. I can assure you it's a lot cooler. And I'll be putting a jumper on very shortly. Culardoch Summit, 900 metres above sea level. Visibility probably about, I don't know, 100 metres. Not much. It's beginning to drizzle as well now. There's one survey point. That's how the estate is. So, at the top. So we're going to jump on very shortly. Everybody else is touching the summit. Touching the summit. The trig point just behind me. Not much of a view, unfortunately. just heading back down now. We're not hanging about at the top, it's not that pleasant, so once we get further down we'll stop for our dinner and hopefully be a bit better. Oh, this mist and that. So, you've got to be really careful going down. It's a lot more hazardous going downhill than going up, because you're going down at a faster rate, you're having to constantly fight gravity, but when you're going up slowly, you're facing into the hill. Going down, you've got the hill, a bigger drop in front of you because you're the angle, you know, so you've got to be really careful, especially for knees and twisting ankles, stuff like that. So I'll not be doing much filming going down. I don't use poles, hill walking sticks. I don't use them, so I've got to keep my what's it always here. So I'll start filming once we get further down. So as I say, we're just on the descent. Just going downhill to where it's a bit better otherwise. It's something I don't do. In all the years, I've done about 14 years I haven't walking with this club. I've never used hiking poles. It's just the way I do it. Like I just don't particularly want to use them, so I just simply don't use them, and I just use my legs and that's it. And if it's really steep, I'll just grab onto some heather or something, you know, and keep the balance that way. It's just the way I do it. Like, you know, it's just the way I am. I just don't like. Well, you know, I just prefer not to use hill walking poles. So maybe just stubborn, I don't know, but I just say all the years I've been here, I've never used it once. Well, actually, I tell you, I used on an emergency, well, not emergency, there was one time I was on it was really deep snow, waist deep. I take bad to the snow, every step was just sinking in the snow. It's a nightmare, absolutely hate it. And we all got back late that time. That was the only one time I got a shot at a pole to, 2015 winter, that was January 2015, I'll never forget that. We were all late, a good 3 hours late. We underestimated the snow. It was just ridiculously deep. And I think that's the only time in all the years that I've had to only partially use a pole because of the extremeness of it. It was just like every step was just sinking in, and it was just an absolute nightmare. I was struggling on that one, and I've never forgot it. I hate snow, walking in deep snow, you know. So, but yeah, except that, I mean, I try every time there's here, I think there's snow, I tend just to avoid that hill, stay in the lower walk. But since that, but no, it's each to their own, you know what I mean? Each to their own. I just don't use the poles. So. Anyway, right, we'll keep watching what I'm doing here. It's not quite so bad at the moment, but it could get really steep at some point, so yeah, keep it watching what's going on. That's a wee bit of what the ground vegetation looks like. Just if you wanted to see a slightly there's other things I could have zoomed in. There's rocks as well, moss and the rocks and all that, but I don't really have particularly much time to. There's all like plantations, there's different types of plants and all that kind of stuff. But I guess I'm a bit dodgy here, so I'm going to keep watching. Don't twist my ankle or something here. So I'll film further on. Well, no film at this point. So we're actually heading back onto the track now. We've kind of looked round, I think, to where we were. I'm sure we've looked round. I'll have to check with check everything again, I think. Or maybe we've kind of, maybe not, maybe the circle's a bit, it's maybe a wee bit off the other tracks, maybe back there a bit, along that way. But at one point we are joining back onto the track, you know, the way we came up. just a little bit more of the vegetation. Just to be one of the close-up view of any of the stuff. Ground plants. So we are on the descent, and the view is beginning to become visible again, and also the temperature starts to increase as well. It gets milder. That's always a good sign when we see Evelyn stopping. We're stopping for dinner now. Seeing we're in the better weather. Well, it's obviously a lot more pleasant down here. There's virtually no wind. The views are beginning to become visible again. Temperatures, I'll be taking this jacket off, jumper off again. So I'll get myself down there and get my lunch. There's a load of deer. I'll try and get that on the camera. I don't know how clear that's coming out because the lights are flickering off my screen, but hopefully you were able to see that. So there's a load of deer. Hopefully I got that for you. Right, you might get a bite to eat. That's been a couple of minutes and it's now starting to mist over. A couple of minutes. Within a minute. And you can see how quickly that haze has became. Just about 40-50 seconds ago you could see how clear it was, and now it's sort of clearing up again just as I speak. See, that's how quick the clouds and that roll in, the mist and everything. The visibility changes rapidly. Yeah, I think that. So we're thinking that's the path and the distance that we came up on. So we're kind of going back in that way. And what I have for my dinner? It's that with a bag of ready salted crisps. Nice cup of coffee and some jam biscuits. Them as well. About 4 bottles of 500ml water, a litre of flask, and a half litre of, like I said, 3.5 litres of liquid altogether. I carry that every single time, all year round, so the weight's the same no matter what time of year it is. I'll always take the litre back home. Don't leave anything lying around, bring it back with you. So we're on the move again. I believe that valley is called Glen Feeder. I believe it's Glen Feeder, something like that anyway. View I was looking at where I was having my dinner, and that's where we're heading to rejoin the path we walked up on to get here. Yeah, there it is. It was that hill I saw going up the Corbett with the snow in it. It's not very clear at the moment, but we were along the side that way, going up to the top here, and we're coming down to rejoin the path that we were on earlier. So I was taking an easier, softer walk on the heather, but it's always recommended to stay on the paths. But size 12 boots, and it's quite dodgy, tricky on the narrow trail there, so I find it sometimes easier just walking on the heather. It's also softer to break the motor grip onto, but the hazards are that you've got to be careful you don't walk into any like potholes or bogs or anything, because obviously you can't really get a good view of what you're walking on. But it is recommended to stick with the trail. It's only that that's just a wee bit too narrow. It's a bit awkward. You'll see what I mean, I'll show you. Look. So I find that really quite annoying, walking in that. If I have to, I will, but if I've got the choice, I'll go in the softer heather to walk on. It's easier. It's even easier on the back as well when you get any shudders going down. It kind of sponges it walking on the heather, and there's more grip. But as I say, the dangers of that is your feet will sink right in. You don't really get a good view of what you're walking on, so you've got to really be careful. Like that over there, for instance, is a bit of a drop, so you've got to be aware of that. Poor lighting, you'd be just wanting to stick on to that trail there. It's recommended that you do that anyway, just to conservation for the plantation and that. But I do tend to stick to the trails and tracks as much as possible. That's one of this is just so much easier at the moment, because I find it harder going downhill than going up. It's trickier, it's more effort. So I try and make it as easy as possible. If there's an easy option, I'll basically just go for that. I'll just stick by walking on this stuff at the moment. Just till that widens out a bit, and then it gets a wee bit easier to walk on. It gets to about this one, that's not so bad now. You see, I could get down there quite more comfortable. It's just when it gets to this really narrowness that my feet start banging into each other, and then there's a good chance you could trip. So it's just each to their own anyway. But size 12 boots, it's probably better to get the wider paths or walk on the heather like what I was doing. But it's up to you what you do. If you're doing hill walking, it's entirely up to yourself. It's whatever suits you. Also where poles come in handy as well. Well, like I said earlier, I don't use poles, but they do come in handy for going down steep descents. I don't use poles. What I do is I just grab onto the heather, or I'll just lean right back, or crouch right down, so the fall is less. So you can see how much better the weather is now. I'm actually going to be taking this off shortly because it's much more mild now. The contrast in the weather's quite a big contrast. All with the altitude. So back now begins to really widen out now, so it's going to be a lot better to walk on. A lot better. Oh, well, just noticed this. It must be a hide or something, is it? There's a spotted that there. Shooting thing, I don't agree with. That's not my thing. I'm not interested in anything to do with shooting or hunting but that's where it'll be. But yeah. Yep. I just spotted that there. I'm not into any of that sort of stuff. I'm not interested in doing any shooting of any sort, unless it's like a clay pigeon shoot or something. But I'm not interested in shooting any animals or anything like that stuff. I'm not interested. So anyway, let's continue on down. It's a much better track now. Visibility you can see for a few miles now at the moment. What you do over there, you can see quite a bit over there. Just up ahead, like. Oh, sorry, there's another one of these hides. Number 7. Oh, some plants. Let's see if we can focus in on that. I'll show you what that was. Lots of these. Lots of these slugs about. There was a lot coming up earlier. The damp weather, I guess. Damp ground. So the ground becomes quite peaty here. A lot of peat. There's a bit of a peat bog there, and some more further down. Quite spongy. But there's like a T-junction at the end of this where it meets up with that main the main path. Like, we turn right at the junction of this trail where it meets that path we might just see there, and we just continue along there till it practically rejoins the, I think actually it'll be where that fork in the trail, the fork in the track earlier on, much earlier on the way up, we came to a couple of forks, and I think this path there is going to be forking on to, that'll be one of the spurs of that fork, but in the opposite direction. Now we'll be going down it to rejoin where it connects up with the main one. So it's basically going to be, I think what we've done is we went on the way up, we took the left fork, went up to the top, done a circle, came down this fork, which is the right one, as if you were heading up, which will obviously not be the left one, and that'll join to the, so it's like a Y basically, that'll join to the straight bit of the Y, and that's the main route back. That's where we'll meet back onto the, basically just reverse, we're just backtracking from what we were doing earlier. But there's this little junction at the end of here where it meets that, because you won't see it there at the moment because it's in a bit of a dip, but this basically just connects up with that track, and we turn right onto that and continue on till it meets the bottom bit of the Y. And this is the junction, the T-junction if you like. So let's turn right here and walk along here for a bit, probably about a mile, maybe mile and a half, mile and a quarter, something like that. I think everyone said it was just over a mile. So let's get on with it. Yeah, so we're doing not too bad actually for time. It's 20 past 2. I think we set off about 9:30 or something, so maybe nearer 10. I think it was about 9:30, 10 we set off. So I think we get back to the bus about, I don't know, 4 o'clock maybe. I don't know, it'll be 4, well, maybe, we'll see. Oh yeah, so we're due back to the bus at 4:30. So it's 20 past 2 now, so we've got 2 hours and 10 minutes to get back to the coach at that car park at Keelock or something. So that's the other group, just the other group, because there's more than one group on the coach. Like there's low level, there's sort of like medium level, and there's high level. Super fit. Like this is the medium one. And you've got the easier, low level, well just low level, yeah, easier if you like, it's low level. And you got like medium level, this includes Monroe's. The super fit, Gavin Collin there, they're super fit, like they're fast. Be out of breath keeping up with them, so it's usually just these 2 or 3 that do the super fit ones. Anyway, we'll do this off. I think it's getting a bit warm now. So, as I say, the weather, the contrast in the weather's quite a lot. It contrasts quite considerably. Scotland in the hills. As I say, but you're really prepared to carry all your stuff in the big rucksack. Waterproofs, warm clothing. Even though you might not think it at the bottom, when you're up there, you will need it. It could change rapidly. It's like it's still misty up at the top there. So. A waterfall, but is it? I'll show you. Mini waterfall would be more likely, a better description. Show you this mini waterfall. So a little bit of a wading here. Decisions a little way to get across. I've got the gaiters on, so I would get through that without too much difficulty, because they come quite high up on the legs, so I could confidently get through that. Like I've done it before, so it shouldn't be a problem this time. Famous last words. I'll let you know how I get along when I get there. Oh, that's that little hurdle done, and got across without any incident. continue on up here now. It's just this small. So the thing about these, this is okay, but if you're walking through water, you get a lot of moss on the stones, which could be very, very slippery. So, like I was saying earlier, I've got the gaiters that come up quite considerable. So, if the water's deep, usually my feet and bottom half of my legs are quite dry. Well, bone dry actually. These are really good. They're Zamberlin boots. The gaiters, I can't remember what they're going to advertise as. In fact, there they are. Gore-Tex gaiters and Zamberlin hiking boots. Oops. So this is pretty much going to be backtracking now. At the Culardoch car park, which isn't far from Braemar. So. That's something that's always baffled me, is why they burn certain parts of the heather. You know, what do they do that for? Why do they burn some heather? And you could, you know, it's like a controlled burn. They burn certain parts of the heather and other parts are untouched. I was just wondering why they do that. I don't know what's released from the burning process. I don't know. But it's not just here, I've noticed that in loads of places there around about the country. I just always wonder why they do that. So all the patches they burn, is it to maybe stop, I don't know, a fire spreading, is it a fire break or something, I don't know. Is it just in case if there's a fire that you have like a break in the heather so it doesn't all spread? I don't know, I'm guessing. I don't know officially why they do it, what it's about, why it's burned. Just guessing, like, I may have heard something like that before. So if a fire breaks out, it kind of doesn't spread, it meets a certain point and it gets to the break point and it won't spread any further maybe. Don't know. I don't know officially, but it's I don't really know why they do it. It's something sprayed on it and when it's burnt it's released into the atmosphere or something. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'd like to know though. But there's another one of these heights. This is more of the old stone one. Number 6. And there's more of the burning, well, what was burnt further up there. It's the different rock samples. There was actually a while ago. I'll tell you in a minute. A couple of years ago I was in the hills and I noticed the rocks had a kind of like a glitter effect on them. There was like something silvery, glittery, not just on the rocks though. It was baked into the rock, but it was also on the ground as well. The, you know, other bits of the ground, the soil. You know, just so it was kind of like widespread. But the rocks seemed to have had it caked or baked into it as well. It's unusual. Well, I know what I did in the video. It was 2021, July, I think. Can't remember where it was, but I'd have to look back. But I haven't seen it in this area so far. It was really like a shiny, glittery, and it was all over the ground. But I haven't seen it lately. So, some reckoned at the time it was quartz, but I didn't really feel it was right because I hadn't saw it before, prior. That's why it looked odd to me, and I noted it down, logged it in on a different video. So, I just thought it was quite peculiar. I actually collected some of the rocks as well. My arm's getting sore, I'm going to have to get moving here. But yeah, I'll show you some of this. Yeah, I haven't saw this glitter reflective stuff lately. And I hadn't seen it before until a couple of years back, then it struck me as very unusual. That's why, hence, I logged it in and mentioned it. And I've been hiking for years prior to it, so I still have these rocks. Took some back with us, small samples. I've still yet to do whatever I'm going to, you know, well, getting them analysed or what, I don't know. I should. I really ought to, if I want to know in a better, I've still got them there for whenever I get round to doing what I'm going to be doing with them, whatever that will be. Again, there's more of these kind of remnants of the burn marks of the heather. Oh, well, there's clear. I was done much later, this. We passed this earlier, I think this is where I'm sure we did. Or perhaps anyway, maybe not far from it. I'm not sure if we've reached that 40, I don't think we have. So maybe we didn't pass that one earlier. But we definitely did pass some on the way up. We passed some burn marks that were done lately in the heather on the way up. See, it's just sort of stopped there, look. It comes to, it's untouched, then it's suddenly, so it's done controlled, like, I don't know why. Controlled burning of the heather. Okay, I'm going to have to keep on falling behind you, so I'm going to have to put the phone away for a bit and start marching on here, because it's going to fall back a little bit. See this fence boundary. If I could see it on my phone first. Going all the way up there. And there's some more of the burn marks that seems much later. So I don't know what the story is. Why do they do that? I don't know. I'd like to know, but and all the other areas is untouched. It's not touched there either on that side, at this bit. But it's been done fairly lately here. Like I say, with that story with the heather, the burnt heathers, not just in this area, I've noticed it around about the country. So it's not just on this bit of the land, it's nationwide. Well, certainly in Scotland anyway, in the heather areas. So this is where we joined the path we did earlier. So this is the Y, the main trunk bit. That's where it splits off. So earlier on, we went up there to go up to Culardoch, and we did right to the top, came down in a sort of circular formation down this path where it rejoins the main trunk path that we took. This now just leads right back to the bus, basically, in a nutshell. We're just backtracking now. So it's been a good hike, honestly. Well, the weather wasn't great at the top. That wasn't a surprise in the slightest. But it's alright. I suppose we still got there up the top and back. Touched the trig point, got some pictures of the trig point, proof over there, and accomplishment and achievement. There's some, that's we crossed this bridge earlier. It's just basically just on the backtrack route back. That's quite bizarre actually, these trees. That one anyway, there's one down there that's been on its side. That looks a bit odd as well. That one looks okay-ish. That one looks like how I remember them, but this is just pretty bizarre. Strange looking tree. Look, I've got loads of stuff on stuff I find bizarre. I've done loads of videos on things I find bizarre, but not on this video. This is just for the hike, so I'm not going to go too much into that on this video. Just look back on my channel, look for the Quest series, my Quest series, and you'll get the stuff that I find bizarre on there. Yeah, I was just looking at these bizarre trees, but I find it, as I say, I've got other videos on my channel regarding strange stuff and things I find bizarre. Notably my Quest series. I've got about 9 or 10 of them. So that's put on at different times throughout the 3 years that I've done YouTube. April 2020 I started doing YouTubing. So just over 3 years and 1 month. So throughout that, I think it was in the later part of 2020 I started the Quest series. My Quest series, and I've got up to I think Quest 10. So if you look at that, you'll see, if you're interested in seeing the stuff that I find bizarre, have a look at that. Didn't expect that.
Thank you.
Well, more coming. I just heard the thunder behind me, and I looked down and saw the horse. I was like, what? Oh, a flight at first. Just came out of nowhere. But I bet they got a surprise. They're not the only users. I saw cyclists earlier, mountain bike cyclists up here. Busy path after, isn't it? And there's a estate further along, so this is a nice area of Scotland, so you've got a lot of visitors and that here anyway. I did see evidence of that on the way up anyway. There was horses about, so didn't think we would actually see them today though. So, it's an easier way up. We've got to go up this slight hill, just the other departure on. Racing on, look. The fence we saw at a distance, it went on for miles along the hillside. That's a close-up view of it now. The big deer fence. At least we don't have to climb it, because on the way up there was a gate that was open. So, but there has been times we've had to do stuff like that, having to climb fences like that. It's not much fun, like, but I did get over it, so at least that's an achievement. Don't need to worry about it on this occasion. This is what's been built up fairly recently as well. So this is just the back through the woodland bit again. So we went through some woods earlier. The horses are still up the top here, just I'm going to pass them again. Yes, we'll stop there. Looks like an air conditioning unit or something. I was right. AC. Just by the look of it. Just got a big pulley on the end, the auxiliary drive belt to go in. And there's that lovely view of Braemar again. just stopping for another wee tea break with the nice view of Braemar in the background. So yeah, that's us on the move again, and we've got another 2 miles before we get back to the starting point. Start finish. Take a wee shortcut. Oh, we're just about back to civilization. It's been a good hike though. So this is back to the start. Good hike. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a 12-mile hike round trip. Yeah, I got through some good weather and that. So the coach is just waiting there. Time to get back. Hope you enjoyed that. See what else I put on my channel. Okay, catch you later.